So the keys to find a job outside India is that after certain phase you will able to save some money in India also. It is good for small age children to live here. खाना बनाना है, घर की सफाई भी करनी है और कचरा भी फेंकना है, आयरन भी खुद करना है. Shock for me, but when somebody make you feel that you guys are not good, like racism. Europe is not for saving the money. Europe is for the quality of life. If you want to save the money, then you should look for Qatar. 2008, I traveled to Australia, and then I got another opportunity for United Kingdom in 2009. I got chance to travel US in between, Malaysia in between, but those are all short terms. So I was hunting and I got again another Deloitte Belgium. So it was again a Deloitte, but it was a Belgium, so it was not an internal transfer, but it was a new hire there. So I resigned from India and I went to Belgium, and I was working in Brussels, living in Antwerp, but it was not making that much saving for me. So we decided, okay, let's find something new, and then I got it Amsterdam Devotee, which is again a consulting firm, and I was okay with the salary, though I was not getting the 30% ruling because I was coming from Belgium, so I was not eligible for it. And then I opted it, and I came to Netherland since 2022. Yes, August 2022. I came to Netherlands, and I'm living here since last 1 year approximately. I was living in Rotterdam. There was a small city or town called Zwijndrecht. So there in 2000 euros I was living in a full villa. So with all the garden and with everything. But here you will not get anything in 2000 in Amstelveen or Amsterdam. You will get it, but get an apartment. And minimum you consider 1000 euros for rent if you are bachelor. So except your rent, you have transport, which is approximately for public transport monthly expenses like 250 maximum, and then you have insurance, which is getting again and again costly. It is like 144 150 maximum. Then you have your groceries expenses, and then if you have child, then there will be no expense in Dutch local schools, but there will be always an expense of fees, monthly fees for private and international schools. Shock for me, but when somebody make you feel that you guys are not good, like racism, right? So that was one hurting feeling for me when I was there. I see many times many people, other Indian guys also getting harassed by all those racism comments and activities. So that is why that was a little shocking for me, that they are jealous of us or they don't want us to visit or what. It's not only in Australia, but it is always everywhere. Somewhere you notice it on face, somewhere you don't notice it on your face, but with others. So you feel happy it didn't happen to me, but it is everywhere. And in India also people face it. When foreigners visit India, they also face it. And then when you can also face it when you go to any southern corner of India, from north or north guy, if South Indian guys goes to North India. So it is everywhere, but it is upon you how you accept it, because it always hurt your moral. He will not get the homemade food, so he has to be prepared that he will be able to digest the food whatever is being offered here. The second thing, the atmosphere, like it may be very cold here, so he has to be well equipped with those warm clothes. खाना बनाना है, घर की सफाई भी करनी है और कचरा भी फेंकना है, आयरन भी खुद करना है. जो those all those things which you don't do in India on your own, that all things you have to do, and and we do it without any shame or without any hesitation here. Everybody do it, so you have to do it. And in India also people should do it, I would say. There people here are not much technical people, so they always need good technical people. And then if you have good speaking communications, they will prefer to have it because they don't know English, and some companies are global here. So if they want to communicate technically also, you have to have good English command. So English is good, and then technically you have to be very sound. And on top of that, if still you are not getting job, then and if you are non-technical, then again I would recommend to go for any foreign language in Europe, which is mainly is French or German, then Dutch. If you're not, if you're really eager, very eager to come in Europe, and you don't have that technical expertise, then you have to make them attract for your language skills, so they will have at least something to choose from your profile. If you are family of 4 and you are having a salary of 5,000 euros per month, which is a very good number. So if you want to save money and you're living with family, then you will have a minimum expenses of total of around 2,500 or 2,300. Then your saving will be 2,700 euros, which is equivalent to approximate 2.5 lakhs. And if you are living without family, the same person, you can finish all, wrap up all the expenses within 1,000 or 1,200 or maximum 1,500. So you get 3,500, 3,600 of saving, which is 3.5 lakhs or something like that. So that calculation you have to do if you want to save money or you want to live with family. And then when you get your family, then of course you are going to travel around. That is again your expense. 6 months time is good enough to make you land here in any other country. Now let's do some reverse engineering. If you want to land in any other country by April, what you have to do? You have to have a visa or a sponsorship, right? Any country you go, that will take minimum 30 days for sponsorship and visa. So it means by March you should have some offer letter which will give, which is ready to give you sponsorship, right? By March starting you should have some, at least 2 offers, or I would say minimum 3 offers to ready to accept or reject. And then to get those 3 offers, right, you will spend at least 1.5 month in various discussions with various interviews. By February 2024 you should involve yourself in discussions thoroughly, right? And in January also you will have starting discussions. 15 in companies, they will interview you, and then 5 companies will reject you. Then out of 10, 5 you will reject, and then 5 will go on hold, 2 3 will go on hold, and then you will get 1 or 2 final. So it means you have to apply 100 of jobs by December. And if you want to apply 100 of jobs by December, your resume should be ready by November. And you should be ready with the location, you should be ready with the skills, and you should be doing preparation by November. So that is how I calculate 6 months. My first observation says that your resume should not have so many lengthy words or paragraphs. Your resume should have only the facts, the numbers, and in a tabular format you will have some sections. You don't need to mention all the 10 projects, just mention 4 or 5 projects. You have to have some certifications, and you start from your technical skills, then you start your certifications, then you start your academics. Because nobody wants to read those statements, paragraphs, and all that. So better you specify in a tabular format your expertise level, and then you apply it, and you keep it simple. You don't need to make it very highlighting or very graphical way. So you just keep it simple. Maybe in PDF format it is always good, with a photograph and with the LinkedIn URL, with the reachable number and email ID on the top, and no need to provide any date of birth, PAN card, address. We know that Europe was not open from last many years, and now they have started to be more open for other countries outside Europe. And when things start changing, then that is always shaky, right? When European people, they never see so many Indians coming to their country, so at the start they will not realize what things we are impacting. Maybe after 4 or 5 years they will start feeling the same as Australians, like, oh, we are grabbing everything. The price market of real estate in Europe is high, and most people blame because of expats. So now it is all new for them, so that is why it is shaky. But I'm sure that after 2, 3, 4 years, when they will have enough saturated expats, then that will be stable, and that will be a different atmosphere here. So it is shaky because of the change, what is coming, because you see worldwide situation is changing, you see geographical things are changing, you see currencies, businesses, economy is changing, so everything is changing now, and that is why you may feel it is little shaky. Nothing is stable in Canada also now. Even in US also, they are still struggling with the word politics, and in Europe also they are still struggling with their internal politics, countries, states. UK is also not doing so good, so things are still shaky everywhere. I will come back to Netherlands only, because I have seen US, I've seen Australia, I've seen London, like UK, I have seen other countries, but what I feel like in being living in Netherlands, I have never faced any feeling that people are doing racism, or people are feeling or making any separation or dividing on the basis of their race. That is first thing. And then people are logical here, because if what happens in Europe or in US, you go to poor countries or any other like Brussels, they will go by the rules. If you have a hard copy, then only, if they don't accept soft copy sometimes, right? So they will say it is written hard copy, then I need a hard copy. If you show them soft copy, they will not accept that also. But in Netherlands, people are logical, and it happened with me. So I was not having one document as a hard copy, but they asked me to show, and they accepted that. So which was really logical for me. Otherwise, I would have to go back and get another appointment after a week, so it may delay all the other processing. So that is why I like Netherlands. People are very happy, people are always cheering each other, they don't feel like we are from a different country, and they support all the time. After certain phase, you will able to save some money in India also, because see, if you buy a new house, then you will have all the new expenses, you will settle down, and then your expense pace will be consistent like this. So, and on top of that, if you have some good exciting package in India, then you can save almost not very equal, but almost good money. In India also, there are firms who are paying very good package, and then they also you are with the family, so the with family or without family is a bonus. You can compromise €1,000 with family, and you can ask that, okay, don't want my family, I will have more €1,000. So you have to choose what you want. You want extra €1,000, or you want your family to be with you. So there you have to take the decision, because this is only just a difference of 1,000 or €1,500. That's it. So we have more freedom, we have more facilities in India, we have more things to explore in India. After living abroad, you will understand the value of India. What you have in India, plus points what you don't have in India. So if you are little good, if you are little higher middle class person, then you are eligible for all good facilities in India. You can make it, you can earn it. But in other countries outside India, those basic things are already available, but you cannot go in high class in abroad. You will never be considered as like you are rich in abroad.